All right, all right, all right. Oh, shit. Do I have another American tank top again? Yes. Welcome to the sixth installment of the Yabachaba'S MMA Show with yours truly, Mr.YabaChaba. All right? Do I have a lisp all of a sudden? Sixth. This is my sixth Yabachaba'S MMA Show. So, obviously, this fucking weekend is the big one. All right? We're talking International Fight Week, okay? We're talking Volk putting his featherweight GOAT status on the line against El Pantera, Jair Rodriguez. I don't know if it's Jair. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. I want to be as authentic as possible. So I don't know. But yeah, so he's putting his status on the line. Then you got Brandon Moreno putting his flyweight GOAT status on the line against Pantoja. Even though it's kind of too early to say Moreno's the GOAT of 125 because that's always going to be Mighty Mouse. But, you know, I think when it's all said and done, like right now, I would put Moreno like top 3 greatest flyweights of all time for sure. He's top 3 without a doubt. You know? But, you know, still young, so we'll see. Maybe I hype beasted it a little bit. But then we got Whitaker Drickus, Turner, Dan Hooker, Bo Nickel with the late replacement. I was actually excited to see him fight Tresean Gore because Tresean Gore ain't no slouch. Like, he's good. Like, he's good. Like, he's obviously a young, in his career type of fighter, but he's good. He's not bad. That would have been a solid test for him, but I don't know who this last replacement guy is. Val Woodburn. I don't know who the fuck that is. You got Robbie Lawler, Nico, Jack Della Maddalena versus another late replacement. I would have loved to see him fight Sean Brady. That would have been a big test to see where Jack Della Maddalena's grappling, you know, stacks up against the rest of the division. Because Sean Brady, his grappling is fucking, like, you could tell. That dude, even Paul Felder says, is strong as shit. And you can just tell that when he locks something up, it's over, right? So that would have been really interesting to see. But, you know, we'll see this Josiah Harzel. We'll see what he's got in store. Rematch of Jimmy Crute, Alonzo Menifield. That was a draw, so that's cool to see. Tatsuro Taira, Edgar Chairez, Cameron Simon, Terrence Mitchell. And these are the ones that I wrote down. I mean, there's other fights too, but I'd rather just focus on what I think are going to be some fucking banger fights. And, you know, on the reaction video, I might talk about some fights that I didn't even talk about in this video. But, you know, do you really want to sit here for an hour and listen to me ramble? You know, this is the perfect video, right? Like the perfect length, like, you know, 20, 30 minutes-ish. Usually these go for like half an hour. It's perfect for your lunch break, all right? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to entertain you while you're eating your lunch. You're away from everybody that you hate at your job, right? This is your relaxation time. You get to spend a little bit of time with yours truly, and we get to talk about some crazy-ass fights in a very entertaining way. That's what I do here. I am going to be the most entertaining MMA show of all time, all right? And if you're this early with me, all right? Big things are on the horizon. Trust on that. All right? Now, let's make sure I don't die. Always look over your shoulder. Whenever you're driving, always look over your shoulder. Fuck the mirrors. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about the lane assist fucking computer bullshit. No, I trust these and over the shoulder. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom, done. All right, let's get to it. So I want to start with Cameron Simon. He's obviously Dricus's boy. They come from South Africa. They're real Africans. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't really give a shit about any of that. It's just all... You know, I feel like Adesanya, I feel like he just kind of wants to make shit up to be angry about so he can, like, get in the mood. You know what I mean? Like, really? You're going to stress about what Dricus has to say? Like, really? You're born there, so who gives a shit? You know what I mean? You're born there. You travel around the world. So what? Who cares what Dricus has to say? But we'll get to Dricus in a minute. So Cameron Simon, Dricus's boy, as mentioned earlier, he's fighting Terrence Mitchell, which I really don't know who this Terrence Mitchell cat is. I think he's a late replacement as well. But Cameron Simon, he is very talented. I mean, when I saw him on the Contender Series, man, dude was nasty. His striking is so crisp, so clean. He looked very poised in there, you know, like he didn't look rattled or like nervous, energy, tense type of thing. No, he was cool, calm, collected. Striking was beautiful. The grappling exchanges that I've seen, he seemed like he knew what he was doing. So I'm excited to see what this guy's gonna bring. You know, this is gonna be the big Las Vegas crowd. Obviously, it's one of the first fights of the night, so it's not gonna be packed. But it's still, you know, still Vegas, still big crowd, still, you know, so we're going to see how he does. Should I hold this? Or should I hold this? I don't know. I'm trying to... Some of these videos get the vibrating bullshit, and I don't know why it's causing that. Obviously, because I have the suspension of a toaster in my car. That's probably why, but, you know, whatever. Oh, and we have a friend. A flying friend. That's great. That's just great. Then we got Tatsuro Taira versus Edgar Chairez, I think that's his name. So I put Tatsuro Taira down because he is undefeated from Japan. Dude's nasty, right? And from what I've seen in his 2-3 fights that he's had, very well-rounded. He can strike, he can grapple, he has slick submission skills, and he likes to get things done. Let's just say that, right? So he likes to get in and get out pretty quick if he can. I think he's only got like maybe 1 or 2 decisions in the UFC, I believe, but he's only got like 2 or 3 fights, so. But he's very a promising prospect, right? So we'll see. He's like 12, 13-0, so that's a very interesting fight to see what he can do. Then we got Jimmy Crute versus Alonzo Menifield. Again, the previous fight ended in a draw. It was a crazy back-and-forth brawl, right? Menifield hurt Crute bad. Crute came back. So, you know, it warrants a draw. But the thing is, Crute is coming off of a couple losses, while Menifield is coming off a couple knockout wins in a row. So they're both kind of in different atmospheres, different, what's the word I'm looking for? Trajectories? They're in different trajectories. So I'm interested to see what is Jimmy Crute going to do different this time. Should he stand and trade with Alonzo like he did in the first round? Or should he just go straight to the grappling right away? Maybe clinch on him a little bit, make those arms tired. And Menifield should really just do what he did the last fight, except finish him. Finish him! So that's going to be an interesting fight to see. And, I didn't even give my picks for the last 2. I'm so stupid. I got Cameron Simon by KO and Tatsuro Taira by 3rd round submission, if you wondered. So this one, I think, you know, the only problem with Menifield is that after that second round, it's his energy bar just depletes. So I don't really know, man. I think Jimmy Crute is very hittable. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go Jimmy Crute by decision. I think he's gonna be well aware of the power. I think he's gonna try to grapple him because Jimmy Crute's a very decent grappler. And I think, yeah, he's going to get it done by decision. It's going to be a tough fight. Maybe even a boring one. But that's what I'm envisioning in my head. Then we got Jack Della Maddalena, which sucks that Sean Brady pulled out, because I would have loved to see that fight. Because, like I said, that would have been a very big test for Jack Della Maddalena. Because Sean Brady's no slouch. And real quick about Sean Brady, I don't understand. What was he thinking in that Belal fight? What was he thinking? Why are you trying to strike with Belal Muhammad? Why would you try to strike with him when you know that Belal has faster hands than you, and you're not a striker, Sean Brady. You're not. I mean, you can, but it's just not in your like. What's the point? It just didn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you try to grapple him right away when you're a grappler? But hindsight's always 20/20. So hopefully Sean Brady recovers and he can get back on the horse, because I like to watch him fight. I think he's a problem. I don't think that one loss should have everybody jumping off the bandwagon. I just think he made a poor decision that night with the IQ, fight IQ. But then we got so then we got Jack Della Maddalena versus Josiah Harzel. And here's the thing, right? You just never know. You never know with these late replacements. You just never know who's going to be a breakout star. So this Josiah guy, I might be talking about him fucking next show. Like, oh my God, did you see that? You never know. But obviously JDM, Jack Della Maddalena, is the heavy favorite for a reason, because dude's nasty. His boxing is super crisp. He's like to go to the body, which I love. I love to see body shots in MMA. It doesn't get utilized that often. It really doesn't. The jab doesn't get utilized as often, and either. But really, body shots are a very rare striking art form. So I'm excited to see my boy Jack Della Maddalena, because I've been following him since the Contender Series. I fucking love Dana White's Contender Series. It is quite possibly one of the greatest shows. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Hey, you weaving in out of traffic, buddy? Wow, you're so cool. Oh my God. Wow. This guy, he's got a girl on the back seat. Yeah, her pussy's fucking soaking wet. You just weaved in and out of traffic. Oh my God. I'm surprised the whole road isn't fucking wet from all that fucking cremation or whatever the fuck she's doing. Sopping wet. Wow. You're so fucking cool, bud. And guys like that drive like that, you know what happens? They fucking crash and die because they're trying to be cool. Right? Is this boomer talk? I don't know. But I do know that weaving in and out of traffic is fucking stupid. Especially on a fucking motorcycle going 80 miles an hour. But I digress. Anyways. So, Jack Della Maddalena, I think he's got a lot of promise. Really, the only question I have about him was just his grappling chops, right? And I know he fought, I forgot the guy's name. It was like a Russian, Dagestani type of guy. Rizmiev, something like that. I remember he fought like one of those guys in Singapore. It was the Glover fight, the Glover and Yuri fight in Singapore. And he got in trouble over a little bit. He had like a little Darce situation he had to take care of, and then he got out and obviously TKO'd the guy. But besides that, so I obviously expect JDM to dismantle Josiah, but like you said, you just never know. And I think, a few more wins, and you're talking title contention with Jack Della Maddalena, because I think this dude he's got what it takes. He's the real deal, for sure. Then we got the headliner for the prelims. Another legend on the prelims for no reason. I said the same thing about Neil Magny, and I'm going to say the same thing about Robbie Lawler. How dare you? How fucking dare you put Robbie Lawler on the fucking prelim? I don't give a shit. The whole, it's like 2 shows and you're headlining. Get the fuck out of here. You put Robbie Lawler on the fucking main card. Okay? You don't piss me off again. You're going to have this 4-0 ginger loser on the fucking main card? Alright? Who gives a shit? He's the Penn State high fucking high honor roll graduate fucking wrestler type of guy. I don't give a shit. It's Robbie Lawler. You put Robbie Lawler on the fucking main card and put this ginger fucking, dickhead on the prelim. Alright? You hear me? Mick Maynard, Sean Shelby? Better fucking listen, alright? I'm wearing the gosh darn USA tank top and the gosh darn USA trunks. I don't know if you can see it. Alright? You want to get a roundhouse kick with me when I'm wearing these bad boys? I don't think so. Am I a loser when I go to Starla at night? What movie? Grab my hand. Other hand. Other wrist. Anyways. So, yeah, Robbie Lawler, Nico Price. Sadly, even though I just went on like a fucking 5-minute rant about Robbie Lawler being a legend and shit, truth of the matter is, he is a legend, and he's got too many miles on the odometer. It's sad, but it's true. Father Time is undefeated. Besides Sean Brady. Sean Brady beat him. He beat Father Time. Sean Brady, by the way, real quick, Sean Brady could easily go to like Miami, the 49ers, the fucking Las Vegas Raiders. Those three teams easily he could be in the Super Bowl next year. Not a doubt of my mind, right? He wants to retire, God bless, but I don't think his skills deteriorated at all. I think the team absolutely let him down. Absolutely let him down. Especially that fucking disgrace of an O-line. But anyways, it's another topic. So Robbie Lawler, like I said, it's just getting, he got knocked out by Barberena, His last win was like Nick Diaz, I think. So I just don't want to see him be used as a punching bag. But on the other hand, Nico Price is one of those guys that you just never know with this guy. Like, he'll just knock you out from anywhere. He did the fucking knockout from his back with the hammer fist on Randy Brown. That was fucking crazy. Then you had the heel kick on James Vick. I even saw that live, the heel kick on James Vick. He was looking sick because that was a crazy trick. And so that happened. I saw that live. So this guy just knocks you out from anywhere. He's got crazy power. But he lacks fundamentals for sure. He's got decent calf kicks. I'll give him that. Pretty decent leg kicks, calf kicks. So I think he's going to use that against Robbie for sure. I don't think Robbie's really using too many kicks in his arsenal, I would say. I don't know. For some reason, my gut is telling me Nico by first round knockout. Sadly. Even though Robbie Lawler isn't completely washed and garbaki, it's just like I said, he's just not the same Robbie Lawler like of old. He's obviously older, a lot of miles on the clock, a lot of wars, slower, the reaction time is slower. He's got decent boxing, obviously, as Robbie Lawler, but I just don't see it in his favor. I really don't. Unless he can maybe grapple Nico more and try to clinch on him and slow it down to his type of fight, weather the early storm of Nico and try to make him a little bit gassed and then really have Nico kind of go with Robbie Lawler's pace and, you know, maybe pull some vet shit out of his ass. I don't know. But the way I see it, first round knockout Nico. Sorry. Then we got Bo Nickel, the high honor roll graduate Penn State wrestler, all-star medalist, whatever the hell you want to say, versus Val Woodburn. Now, you know, I'm kind of teasing on Bo Nickel a little bit, but no, he's nasty, honestly. Like, he is obviously very gross. He obviously fought a couple bus drivers, and, you know, he looked pretty good, right? His last fight against Jamie Pickett, I was expecting Jamie Pickett to put up a little bit more of a fight than that, right? I mean, you know, Jamie Pickett's been in the UFC. He's got a few fights here and there, win and lose, but come on. You don't know how to get out of mount? Really? Really? Is this what's going on now? You're in the UFC, you don't know how to get out of mount? Really? Is Bo Nickel the greatest jiu-jitsu player of all fucking time? No. Is he an amazing wrestler? Sure. There's a difference between a wrestler's mount and an all high-level ADCC black belt jiu-jitsu mount. It's completely different. Completely different. A jiu-jitsu black belt mount is way different than a wrestler mount. Okay? So for Jamie Pickett not to get out of his mount, out of Bo Nickel's mount, and then get fucking arm triangled, that was embarrassing. Alright? But, on the other hand, Bo Nickel is doing what he's supposed to do. He's getting all these first-round finishes. He's tearing up everybody. And that's what he's supposed to do. You line them up, they all fall down. So, really nothing to say bad about that. I just want to see Bo Nickel get tested. This talk about, you know, oh, I match up good with Izzy, da-da-da, I'm one of the greatest wrestlers, yeah, you know. Hey, I understand why you're saying all that shit. I get it. You got to market yourself, of course. But here's what's up with the UFC, all right? They'll hear you chirping like, oh, yeah? You think you're ready, bud? And they'll fucking send you to the wolves real quick, all right? They'll send you to the wolves real fucking quick, okay? They don't fuck around. They really don't. Look at Alex Bejeda. He had like, what, 3 fights in the UFC until he fought for the belt? Obviously he was worth it because he beat Izzy. But shit, they'll throw you in there real quick. And middleweight is, you know, it's a solid division. It's not the deepest, but it's still pretty solid. So, obviously, Bo Nickel by first round knockout. That's just what the script says. Remember the whole script thing on the NFL? God, that was too funny. What a fucking bozo to say that shit. fucking script. Oh my god. Then we got Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker. Jalen Turner's last fight was with Mateusz Gamrot, and I gotta say, if I'm Jalen Turner's coach, I'd be very disappointed in him. And I would be very pissed off that Mateusz Gamrot basically came off the couch, short notice, said, "It's no problem, I take care of this. I'm from Poland. I grapple, wrestle, and he'd go bye-bye." And that's what happened. Mateusz Gamrot off the couch? Well, not off the couch, because this guy, obviously, Gamrot's just an animal. He's always training, obviously. But technically off the couch, you didn't have a fight camp, and whooped your ass, and you had a full camp, Jalen? Come on. And I like Jalen Turner a lot. I think he's fucking really a great fighter, you know? Crazy frame for 155. He's tall as fuck. Great finishing, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Great killer instinct. There we go. Great killer instinct, finishing instinct. He's got a great no-arm guillotine, power guillotine, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because he's got those long-ass arms. He's got a weird obsession with tarantulas. I don't know why. No, but he's very entertaining, and he lost that last fight. So I'm pretty sure he's coming in this fight with a vengeance. And then Dan Hooker, on the other hand, he's like on like a redemption tour, kind of. Like, here's the thing. You know, he suffered a few bad losses here and there. His last win was obviously against Claudio Boyes, which Claudio, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but the Claudio Boyes fight, he kept pulling guard and shit, was just embarrassing. That was just completely embarrassing. But before that fight, he fought Arnold Allen at 45, and I don't know why, who told Dan Hooker to go to 45? Like, what are you, fucking nuts? You're like 6'1", 6'2", trying to go to 45 and kill yourself? Why? It blows my mind that he can even make 45. He's gigantic. Like, why not go to 170 and be like completely fully hydrated and save your chin a little bit? And he got decimated by Arnold Allen in the first round, which I wasn't surprised. I even bet on that fight, Arnold Allen by KO. I just knew it. I just knew that he would be completely drained, and there ain't no way that he was winning that fight because he just cut way too much weight. So he's back at 55, and he had his last win against Claudio Boyes, as I mentioned earlier. But the thing is, Claudio really didn't show up to fight. So, yeah, he's got a win, but is it against somebody who's, you know, is it like a really noteworthy win? Like, damn, yeah, he's back. He came. He's looking good. That, you know, I don't know, right? Jalen Turner, on the other hand, he fought a good fight against Gamrot, but just got out wrestled. Right, that's just the bottom line. That's what happened. Besides that, Jalen Turner was like on a finishing streak. Like, he was just mowing them down. So I definitely see this fight going down as Jalen Turner. I think Jalen Turner is gonna knock out Dan Hooker. I really do. Either a knockout or maybe like a club and sub type of thing where you hit them, they get a little dizzy, and you put them 9-9. Or you take one of their limbs home with you. So then we got the co-main. Oh no, sorry, not the co-main. Wow, that's how you know this card is crazy stacked. Whitaker versus Dricus du Plessis. Everybody and their mom. Oh, Whitaker's gonna annihilate him. Oh, this is a stupid fight. Why would you put this fight on? Dricus is no chance against Bobby Knuckles. Bobby Knuckles is the GOAT. He's fucking senpai. He's fucking whatever. Which I understand, okay? You don't think I fucking know that? What do you think, I'm some sort of schmuck or something? Obviously, this is the biggest mismatch of all time. Peter Piper picked a bunch of pickled peppers. Obviously, okay? But what kind of fucking asshole would I be to sit here and tell you, oh, this fight's fucking stupid. There's no chance fucking Whitaker's gonna destroy him. No, alright? This is supposed to be an entertaining show. It's supposed to be what ifs and right? So, obviously, skill-wise, Whitaker should piece him apart, piece him up, absolutely fucking knock his block off, right? Easily. But, what if Dricus somehow, some way makes it into a sloppy bar fight like he always does? Gets Bobby Knuckles maybe a little tired. Maybe Bobby Knuckles, didn't, wipe properly before the fight. You never know. There's a lot of tangibles, okay? A lot of tangibles. So, you don't know. You really don't fucking know. You think you're all smart over there? All these little smarty pants. Shut your fucking mouth. I love Bobby Knuckles, okay? But this is what happens. Everybody just writes somebody off, and next thing you know, upset of the fucking year happens, and I'm crying about it, okay? I don't need that to happen. I love Bobby Knuckles. Alright? His rematch with Adesanya, I felt like he could have won that on the judges' scorecards, maybe, but he really didn't show up that fight. Like, he showed up in the later rounds, but I don't know, a little too late. He looked kind of starstruck out there. Who knows? Do I really want to see a third fight with him and Adesanya? I don't really know. I don't know, man. I don't know. To be honest, I kind of want to see Dricus versus Adesanya. I kind of do. I think it'd be hilarious. The whole Africa thing. I'm African, you're not African, whatever the fuck. I think that's funny. Dricus obviously has this crazy ability to like drain everybody's martial arts knowledge and just make it into a sloppy bar fight. Like, he does this like every fucking time. It's unbelievable. Like, I've never seen anything like it, where he turns every fight with two professional MMA fighters that have martial arts knowledge. They know how to technically strike and wrestle and grapple and jiu-jitsu. And so he somehow, some way, like, drains their ability from their brain or some shit and turns it into two uncles fighting at the barbecue. All right? So, my prediction, all right, to go against the grain, even though I love Bobby Knuckles, how about Dricus? How about that? How about them apples, eh? Dricus by fucking sloppy bar fight, third round KO. How about them shits? How about that? All right? And if Whitaker wins, I'll be happy because I like Whitaker. Then we got Brandon Moreno versus Alexandre Pantoja. So, this is obviously technically a trilogy, but, you know, I don't really count it that. This Brandon Moreno is a completely different animal than before before they fought. Pantoja, on the other hand, he's getting submissions, he's getting finishes. He beat Royval, right? Raw Dog Royval, which Raw Dog Royval, he's nasty too. I'm high on him. He's must-see TV. Brandon Royval, like, whenever he fights, you tune in, right? Like, dude's nasty. He always gets a bonus. Like, I remember that press conference he did. He was pissed off. He's on the prelim. I'd be pissed off too, right? Like, he's the real deal. But anyways, so Pantoja's got to win over him. This is a trilogy, right? Moreno is finally done fighting Figueiredo. Davison, by the way, just go to bantamweight, bro. What are you doing? Why are you accepting a fight at 125, then you don't want to do it? You're pulling. Like, what are you doing, man? Just go up to 135, okay? Your run at flyweight is over. You did a phenomenal job. You defended the belt a few times. You basically murdered Benavidez like 20 times. That was hard to watch. That was just brutal. And then Moreno's got your number. That's basically what happened. But then, so then Moreno obviously beat Figueiredo, beat Kai Kara France. And now he's looking to defend his strap against Pantoja. And the way I see this fight going, I just see that, what is it, car meet? Car meet at a fucking gas station on the 4th of July? Anyways. So, I just feel like Moreno's got the much slicker boxing, much slicker striking than Pantoja. Pantoja has got some decent leg kicks, calf kicks. Remember, he used that against Manel Kape. I would give the jiu-jitsu advantage to Pantoja, but honestly, Moreno's ability to scramble, his sweep against Figueiredo, that fourth fight was just so fucking clean. Oh, that sweep. Oh, that was so tight. And I'm excited to see, Moreno defend his belt again. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Pantoja is going to put up a great fight. I think Pantoja, best case scenario of winning the fight would be to win by submission. Catch Moreno in some sort of guillotine, Dars type of thing, maybe. Maybe even a leg lock or an armbar. You never know. But I think Moreno's too slick for that. I think he's on another level. I think he's on his way, like I said, top 3 greatest flyweights of all time. I think he's going to be around for a little bit. So, I got Moreno Honestly, I got Moreno by KO. I think he's gonna box him up. I think he's gonna box him up real good. I think Pantoja is gonna try to desperately go for the takedowns. He's gonna get stuffed every time. Maybe a few will come here and there, and they're gonna scramble. Moreno's just a fucking dog, man. He's just a dog. All right, you're nothing's stopping him. All right, he's found his groove. Okay, so I got Moreno by like 3rd, 4th round KO. Then the main event. The Volkman, the Volkswagen versus El Pantera, Jair Rodriguez. Volk, obviously, I mean, he's technically the greatest of all time at featherweight. He beat Jose Aldo. He beat Max Holloway 3 fucking times. So he already beat 2 of the previous GOATs of featherweight, even though he didn't beat Conor, but Conor, you know. He had his run at featherweight, but that's never going to happen again. He's too busy getting all coked up and, you know, causing misdemeanors and felonies and shit. So yeah, Volkman, he's obviously one of the greatest featherweights of all time, if not the greatest featherweight of all time. His last fight with Islam was extremely close. His takedown defense was beautiful. Him not getting out of the body triangle, obviously, another pet peeve of mine, pissed me the F off. Why am I censoring it now? I've said fuck like 50 times already. So that pissed me off. He didn't get out of the body triangle. Had he have gotten out of that body triangle, he could have scrambled, maybe even won that round, maybe won the fight, right? But it was very surprising to see his takedown defense, because his takedown defense was spectacular. And to be honest, I feel like Islam really surprised Volk with his striking and kind of caught Volk off guard. And, you know, I would say Volk knocked him down a couple times. Islam got him a few. It was a great fight. It really was a great fight. And I think Volk learned a lot about that fight. And I think his grappling really improved just for training for that fight, the camp, and that fight alone really improved his grappling a lot. Especially dealing with a beast like Islam, who's just an animal, a tank. Nobody can stop this guy besides Volk. You know? Then we got Yair, who fought on the same night against Josh Emmett. A powerful, short, stocky guy throwing only hooks. Sorry. And he looked unbelievable against Josh. He looked, oh my God, how fucking fast he was. He really was El Pantera. Holy shit. His kicks were lightning. His jab was lightning. That body kick. Oh, fuck. His guard. Nobody talks about him submitting Brian Ortega like nobody. They thought it was a freak accident. He got submitted. That's what happened. Josh Emmett from the guard. He submitted. But Josh was done in that fight. You know, he got caught in the triangle. He's like, all right, get me out of here. But yeah, you know, holy shit. So yeah, like honestly, I'm thinking about this fight back and forth. I could see Yair, because this guy, Yair is fucking insane. Like, he gets knockouts from out of nowhere. Dude can kick like a motherfucker. But then Volk is the fucking Volk man for a reason. He's nasty, right? His striking is so calculated, so crisp. His jab is always on point. He knows how to smother you. He knows how to take your best weapons away from you, which is what he did with Max Holloway. Kicked the shit out of Max Holloway's legs too, by the way. So I'm really excited to see who's going to come out on top of this. I really don't know. This is what makes this fight so incredible, because I really don't know. Yair looks like an animal. Volk is obviously one of the GOATs. Volk, the only thing I think is one of his weaknesses, I remember Max hit him with a head kick in their second fight. And I think if Yair can keep the distance and throw body kicks, go body high, it'll really fuck with Volk, I think. Because I think him being so short, it's going to be so easy for Yair to throw head kicks at him nonstop. Maybe clip him on the top of the head, wobble him, hurt him. You never know. But on the other hand, I would not be surprised to see Volk close the distance and just wrestle the shit out of Yair for like the first 3 rounds, like immediately. But then again, you can't you can't get too comfortable because Yair's guard is nasty. His guard is nasty. And what's so crazy is when Yair fought Max Holloway had to turn into a wrestler because he was just getting the legs just beat the shit. And his striking was, his jab was so nasty. Like, Max Holloway really couldn't land too much on Yair until the later rounds. So I'm kind of expecting the same approach from Volk. I would expect Volk to try to close the distance right away. I would not even play around with the kicking, trying to strike. Yeah, I'm trying to be cool. I'm going to knock you out. And Yair's got a fucking chin too, by the way. Don't you? Hey, Yair's chin is crazy. Because Josh Emmett, you thought Yair decimated Josh Emmett? Josh Emmett landed a few of those haymakers, and Yair ate that shit. Okay? So, I think my final prediction, man, my gut. Oh, man. I don't know. My gut is telling me, I don't know. I don't know why I keep picturing Yair knocking him out. I love Volk. I just don't know why I keep thinking it. I don't know why. It's been in my head. I don't know. I think my gut brain type of thing is saying Yair by KO, but my logical brain is thinking Volk by like 4th or 5th round TKO. I mean, he's gonna drown Yair. Like, if he can make it past the first 2 rounds, like if I see Yair win, it can be the first 2 rounds. But I could see him drowning Yair. Yair, he's not known for the best gas tank. Even though he got the latest knockout in UFC history against Korean Zombie, but that was just fucking crazy. I don't even know what the fuck happened that night. Korean Zombie was about to win that fight, and then he got hit with the I don't even know what that is, the chicken wing. Crazy. He faded against Max, right? That's why Max won that fight. He faded against Korean Zombie, even though he won that fight. So, yeah. Yeah. My logical side will say Volk. If I had to put money on it, I'll put my money on Volk. Yeah. Volk, 4th, 5th round TKO. There you go. That's all she wrote. I am at mi casa. I'm very exhausted. Happy 4th of July. I was working all 4th of July. It's hot as fucking balls outside. I'm going to go inside, take a nice shower, okay? Scrub every orifice of my body. I'm going to eat a lot of food, a little bit of ice cream, okay? And then, maybe, just maybe, if I'm lucky, all right, I'll kiss my wife. Not on the first pair of lips, but, all right. Alrighty, peace.